Try to imagine this scenario whereby a lot of black guys, a lot of black men, they're saying that they don't want to date black women. What are some of the reasons, or what are the contributory factors that are making the black guys or our black men refuting and saying that they don't want to date any black woman? First of all, remember that guys, men, as I said, they are normally egocentric. These guys, they think that the black women or the African women are so much demanding. That is what is in their notion. That is what they normally think about. And so they even think that they don't value at all. They'd rather go for the white or the white women because they think that these white women are not demanding. So guys, let's go straight into this video.
So there's a whole bunch of black men getting on the app talking about, oh, the reason we don't date black women no more is the way that they're raised. You know, an example would be a guy named I Am Truths 357 or something like that. He goes into, oh, it's the way y'all raised, stuff like this. Let me tell you something. Black men weren't raised to be providers nor leaders. And as a collective group, they're not providers nor leaders. Now, I just find that quite hilarious that we want to talk about the way black women are raised, but you don't want to talk about the way black men are raised when y'all come from these exact same broken households that your father ruined majority of the time. And y'all be trying to preach to women about what they should do and what they need to do. This is coming from a group of men who can't even provide the climate for a woman to be submissive and rest in her femininity. You don't provide that. You don't know how to love. You don't have any compassion. You don't have any empathy, sympathy, nor grace for your group of women. But yet, they're supposed to submit to a group of men who can't lead nor provide and complain about providing. Complain about everything. Always blaming them for all the problems. Hey, it's just, and all the reason that the community messed up is because the black woman ruined it. This is what black women are supposed to get with, bro. And let me tell you something. Men who get women, men who are married, men who know how to love and treat a woman right, do not get on the internet and complain about what black women, certain black women that we have no business messing with, are doing. If she's not a good woman, you don't get with that woman. What am I going to talk about the bad woman for? A man focus on what he wants and he go gets what he wants. We don't sit here making excuses and talk about the bad apples. But that's all they want to talk about. Oh, the bad black with the problem is the majority of the black. That's not the case. The majority of black women are not bad. But the majority of y'all men, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, you don't qualify for a good woman, because if you did, you would have one. You would be talking about how much you love your wife, but you don't have one. And every day you go to bed, you cuddle with a pillow. That's all you have is that pillow. And then you'll hop on TikTok or you.
I think this guy is trying to make some sense here. The narrative, the notion that a lot of black men normally have is that they don't want to date or they don't want to marry the black women or the African women because they are so much demanding, they are so much nagging. But this guy is trying to refute that point by saying that the problem is not the black woman, the problem is the black man. Because in most circumstances, you're going to find that, for example, this married man, you can just imagine you are married as a woman, but you are still single in your marriage. You are a married woman, but in quotes, you are still single as a woman, but you are a married woman with actually a ring on your finger. So what this guy is trying to bring out is that a lot of guys don't love their women. They're not even proud when introducing, this is my wife, this is my fiancé, meet my girlfriend. They don't do that. A lot of black, a lot of African guys don't do that. And then another thing, you'll find that a lot of our African men, our African guys, they always think that the black woman is the problem because she's so much demanding. They think that this black woman cannot persevere. She cannot, for example, live in a house that doesn't have electricity, doesn't have ABC and C, doesn't have water. And this is the reason why a lot of these black men, they prefer to go for these white women, because they think these white women, they are going to persevere. They are going to take their nonsense and grab each and everything. Even if it's their funny characters, they're going to keep up with it. So this guy is trying to tell out the black men or the African guys, you are supposed to love your woman. That is the point that he's trying to bring out.
YouTube to make a video about black. That's all you have is your bitter audience and your pillow. And when you get to them retirement homes, you ain't gonna have no support system around you as well. And that's what you get. Trying to tell black women that they need to learn how to be submissive and respect the man. Ain't nothing to respect about a lot of y'all. Your content that you dropping don't even deserve respect. You think you deserve a good black one? You don't qualify for one, homeboy. You never even uplift her. Your whole page is dedicated to tearing down the womb that gives birth to you. Come on now. You disqualified yourself the moment you opened your mouth. Majority of y'all men that's speaking. And then, dog, when y'all be talking about y'all got these passports and we going over here and because we being treated like kings, we see the way that those women talk bad about BLK men as well. And we know that you are a walking lick. They know that you are a walking lick. You ain't getting it ain't all gravy on that side. It's not. The grass ain't green on that side. Let's stop the cap. And majority of y'all that do that, you really wanted a black woman. But black women didn't want you. Because you have issues. Some of y'all be making all the problems about what women did and women did. But you never look in the mirror and realize that you just don't qualify. You just don't qualify for a good black woman. And that's what you get, bro. Because a man, see, I got mine. A man who loves his wife, a man who has dealt with nothing but black women, who loves black women, who appreciate black women, will have no problem finding a good black woman because he knows what to look for. And maybe instead of telling women to choose better, maybe it's actually you men who should choose better. I can't even say that though, because a lot of y'all be having a good black woman and then you ruin her.
I think this guy actually deserves a kudos from all the women, because what he's trying to bring out on the table here is that he's telling us that there's no way, if you've got a good woman, you are an African man, you've got a good African woman, treasure that woman. There's no need of you going in your bedroom as a black or African man. You're going into your bedroom, you cuddle your pillow, while your wife, your fiancé, your girlfriend is there. Yet at the end of the day, you come here screaming out loud that African women, black women are much nagging. They are so much demanding. We don't want to marry these black or African women. And what this guy is trying to imply here, what is he trying to tell us? That this kind of men, this kind of black African men, they don't deserve any respect. Because any kind of African man or African men who don't respect the black women, he doesn't deserve any respect from any black women. These black women don't deserve you at all. And this is the reason why you're going for these white and other Caucasian women.
Dr. Dex, boy, fuck you. You talking about God had you in your isolation period for these couple of months. Go back. And you need the memo on why black women ain't speaking to black men. Because we don't want to. Let me let you know the memo that you are missing. When we stop and say hello, y'all just can't keep it at hello. We get follow, harass, pursued for our number. And if we don't engage how men want, y'all do the most. Why y'all be feeling so entitled? Y'all want us to make y'all feel comfortable so bad. You a minute away from the casket. And I seen a few men in the comments talking about that's why white girls and other races are winning. We know, because we not do girls, I know yes ma'ams. That's why. We speak up for ourselves, and them be the ones who be unaliving y'all ass. We came to shop, not conversate. How you know this lady wasn't having a bad day? Like, the world don't revolve around y'all? Y'all only say hello to the women y'all find attractive. Leave us alone.
This message is for Black women and Black women only. Answer this question. So statistics show that only 26% of Black women will marry in their lifetime from any race. 26% of Black women will marry in their lifetime. My question is, why do you guys think that is? Why do we have such low marital rates? And I'm not talking about Black women marrying Black men. I'm talking about men of all race wanting or desiring to marry a Black woman. Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage? Now, I know there's percentage who don't want to be married, right? But there's a large percent of women, Black women, who want to be married. But again, why is that the case? Why is that? You know, I think if we start to really sit down and think about why statistics are what they are, they're not there for just for just any reason, right? There's reasons behind it, and I think that there's a plethora of reasons, and from my opinion, of why I believe that those statistics are what they are and why we are the lowest, you know, we have the lowest marital rates as Black women. But I want to hear from you ladies. What do you think, and why do you think that's the case as to why we are where we are when it comes to being, you know, chosen for marriage?
That's it for today, guys. Some of the reasons that these black or African men don't want to marry, or they don't want any relationship, they don't want to date these African women. These African men, first of all, they normally go out nagging, screaming out, saying that these African women, they are so much demanding, they can't keep up on that with their demands. Remember, guys, that a good woman deserves a good man, and vice versa. A good man deserves a good woman. There's no way you are a man, you can't man up, you can't take up your responsibility. You expect this African woman, this African girl, this black woman to respect you. You treat that woman right, you treat that lady right, she's going to respect you. She's going to reciprocate. And this is where a lot of guys, a lot of African men, our African men always go wrong. They always think that we, the African women, we, the black women, we are so much demanding. They prefer to hook up or to go out with these white and other Caucasian women because they think these black women, they are so much demanding. Whereas they're forgetting that these African men, themselves, they're not perfect. They are not perfect at all. If you see that there's no any black woman, no African princess is approaching you, then you are the problem. You must be the problem because you can't keep up with this African woman. So guys, thank you so much. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. What you can add in your reasons on why a lot of African men don't want to any relationship or they don't even want to marry our African sisters. And bye-bye.